What's up guys, this is Void of Dust Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content, and due to the fact that Dirak has received finally a nice looking skin, I felt that the first skin that they have released looks like not a good skin. I just thought, okay, let's do this. So I used to play him when I was before going to bed yesterday. So this is like the new video on Dirak. Don't take it too seriously. It's basically just like me want to have some fun before I went straight to sleep. So I did not pay too much attention to the whole thing. I just wanted to have fun. So this is not a try-hard, super greedy game. And you will be surprised how much damage he does after he receives his power spike. I have the feeling that early on he doesn't deal that much damage with his spells, but then just there's one certain point in every game where he just starts to snowball and everything looks really, really good, especially if he has ult on a level 2. So be prepared for some nice Dirak. Of course, he's not the best mage in the game, but I think you can make him work. So before I go into the build section, of course, here's the reminder. Hit the subscribe button, put on the notifications if you want to have updated information about this channel, because otherwise the YouTube algorithm is not going to show you my videos. If you like the video or you enjoyed the content that I'm presenting you, a like would highly be appreciated. And of course, comment section is free for your thoughts. So enjoy today's video and have a great time on the battlefield. Alright, so we're starting off with the build. Let's make it super quick. So we have flashy boots because we want to spam our abilities as often as possible. We are going with Barry's Agony and we are going with the boomstick as the first two items. And then we are changing the build for some utility. We're going with Tome of the Reaper, and afterwards you're going to have the diadem. You can switch the third or the fourth item in between, depending on what you need, if it's more raw power or if you need the utility. I went with utility first. Really good impression so far from that build. And of course, the whole build is tweaked around maximum effect, maximum damage. Therefore, I'm going with my flurry build. The most important thing is that we're taking cooldown speed into Magic Pierce. Therefore, we're going to have 10 times Violate here for the ability power and the Magic Pierce. We are going with Devour for the abilities and this short little lifesteal. Lifesteal is important because we need to sustain a little bit on the lane. I have a lot of life throughout the game, which was actually quite crazy. And we're going with Flurry here for the Magic Pierce and the attack speed. That's basically the build that we are focusing on because we don't have any Magic Pierce within our build. Enchantment-wise, we are going with the Mana Refill, which is really, really good because actually we are going to spam our abilities every single time we can. It's our wave clear, it's our engagement tool, it's basically everything that we need. Therefore, we need a lot of mana. Holy Verdict is here for the additional Magic Pierce. We're having Holy Thunder to increase our damage even further. And then enchantment-wise, you can see that this thing is going to be serious because the only thing that we have for sustain is the Enhanced Restore. And then we're going straight into Raging Inferno to have even more damage output than we already have within this build. So this is focused on full damage. We're going to nuke the enemy to death, which is basically not really that easy because your first ability is this kind of circle orb thing which travels really, really slow throughout the map. So we need to hit our level 2 and increase everything and just laser everything down. And that's what we're gonna do in today's video. Enjoy. So guys, what you will notice without the video is that a lot of people are pinging that their internet connection is not stable, and as you can see, I am on a 130 ms all the time throughout the match. It's gonna be 120 sometimes, but it doesn't really matter because we just wanted to have a nice new game and I just wanted to try out the new skin and I think it looks gorgeous. Every single time I have a hero who's got some kind of templates and stuff floating around them, I'm not really a big fan of that. Like, that's not my cup of tea. But in this case, it actually looks quite cool and it complements the whole appearance and the whole design quite nicely, in my in my opinion, and therefore we're going with the Bane General. The Bane General looks even... No, it's not even better, but it looks better than the original one, and it looks better than this stupid thing that they've done with the first skin. As I said, that's kind of dumb. That's not really what we want to see as in skins, and that costs money. Like, that's the most important thing. This one was practically free. We had to buy the Codex, but that's fine because we're going in with the Codex every single time anyway. So as you can see, we are putting a lot of pressure on everyone in the top lane here. Basically, I'm camping bot lane at the moment because we just wanted to have some kills, and it was to this point where you stay so long at one point that it's actually not even worth to go back anymore, because now you need the kill, because otherwise you can't compensate for the money loss that you have kind of achieved throughout the game. So we have already finished the flashy boots. I'm going down with one single nice what's the name for that? An assist. I'm having an assist. That's nice. So I was assisting my people. Of course, the main issue, or the main key to mastering Dirak, is basically to kind of get the grip around his S2. So you're placing down a template, and then afterwards, while you are activating it and you're putting your finger towards it, you can actually decide in which direction these projectiles should push the enemy. That's the whole secret about his abilities, and therefore you need to go with that. That's the deal. The enemy had Lubu, and of course against Lubu you want to stack, or you want to have things that are actually killing him with health reduction. That's super important. But we're having a hard time against him. I don't know what happened, but it basically went on super well for him, and I'm just overextending all the time. Therefore I said, guys, do not take this too serious. In the name of magic. Of course my projectiles are way too slow. Like, if that would have been Natalia with her projectile that kind of tweaked towards a certain point, that would have been actually quite nice. But as I throw my things and they float around the air in a beautiful manner, it's not really helping anyone, and therefore I just said, let's F it, and we are gone. We need to focus on getting some gold right now. So, game is looking good. Interesting choice here. We've got Thorn on the middle lane. Haven't seen that before, but I mean, new update, new version, new choices. There we go. So maybe Thorn. I mean, he doesn't need any mana, so that's actually quite nice. But now we need to be super careful right now because there's Thorn. I don't even know what I'm doing here. That's like super crazy, and I will get to the point where I can't use my ult. Yes, I was silenced, and therefore I was wasting my ult, and we got nuked on that because Quillen is a little bit too late, Pura is a little bit too far behind, and now she defeats her. And now they can't go in because Pain is just way too strong. Pain is basically one of the strongest, if not the strongest, junglers in my elo when I'm on Platinum versus Diamond. Like, right now I'm in Platinum right now, but he seems to be one of the strongest junglers if you are able to pick him in a standard match. Otherwise he is, most of the times, he's banned. And I see the reason for that. Otherwise things are just going to be crazy because he's just actually like super strong. Nice follow up from her, and yeah, I need to get him, and now I'm super lucky. I'm super lucky, and she's super lucky, and everyone's super lucky, but now she's dead. Unfortunately, that happened. Quillen seems to be a little bit off the hook right now in terms of his power spike. I don't know what happened within the update, but I had the feeling that Quillen was a little bit stronger before, but I think we're going to have a look later on the stats, and I think he did not do that great in terms of gold. So that might be an explanation, of course, if Quillen doesn't have any gold, if he doesn't get any kills, if he doesn't farm all along, he will be missing economy. Missing economy is turning into a loss for the worst. There will be a really nice scene where I'm going to nuke Pain because he did stand still. I was just placing the barrier because I wanted to get Alice. And I'm super bad with it. Like, I'm super bad with aiming. I guess what you can actually do... I didn't even know that you've got this kind of paint thing where you see where he's going to land. I think they have revised that with the update. So that's actually quite nice to know where his point of origin is going to be. So you can pay attention to that and be a little bit more careful about trying to get to safety. That might just be this really one short millisecond where you can actually just flicker away or do something to prevent him from nuking in. So there will be a really nice situation where I'm going to nuke Pain because he does not turn from the point of origin to the teleport point where he's going to ghost into. So you can still do that. That's actually quite nice. And I'm going to tell you guys when this is about to happen. So we need to bear for another 5 to 10 minutes. I finished my first item, and now you guys are going to see that some stuff in the game is actually happening. I think we need the boomstick. I don't know what happened here. That was so wrong. And the good thing is, like, Dirak is actually not too difficult to play, because you have long range spells and you've got point of origin things, so you don't need to be right in that spot. I'm going to kill her right now. Oh no, Quillen has just killed her, and then I had missed my target. Okay, there we go. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We can still turn this around, or we can still make it work, because we've 12-9. Now we've got the first tower, but unfortunately Pain has the first tower as the second tower for their team as well. So not looking too great, but we've got 2 towers as well, and now we can get a free dragon. Going with the boomstick first because I wanted to have this kind of adjacent effect. So if you hit something, there will be a minor explosion, and the explosion is going to do damage to the adjacent target as well. So this was the thought behind it, to increase my damage. So what I wanted to say, because I get distracted all the time because I see things on screen. What I wanted to say is basically Dirak isn't the worst character to start the mage role. So if you're interested in getting the mage role, and if you're interested to kind of learn the middle wave of the middle lane, I'm not the best teacher, of course, but bye-bye, babe. Yeah, so because he's got some really nice prevention skills. The thing is, he doesn't have any dash or something, but most of the mages don't. Tulum is like super exceptional. Tulum is completely different from the playstyle than any other mage. So you've got Azenka, no dash. You've got Natalia, no dash. You have got Ignis, no dash at all. So you've got a lot of characters who don't have any dashes. So of course that's always a little bit of a problem. But the good thing is I've got a massive shielding here from Pyrrha. Thank you so much. What the cool thing is, if you run on low health and there will be a killing strike that's going to kill you, you can actually just use your mana to prevent this fatal blow. That's what makes him really, really good, because you've got one chance more. Unfortunately, the laser beam was stopped there. As you guys might have seen, the template has ended, so I was out of range, unfortunately, but otherwise that would have been quite nice. So, first thing to be a good character to start the mage role is you got a... oh yeah, I'm dead. You've got a death prevention. Of course, you're not invincible, but you've got some kind of death prevention, which is actually quite nice. That's the first thing. And with your S2, you can actually manipulate the game in terms of something wants to dive you, and you can push them away if you time it correctly. The timing isn't actually that difficult. So, I mean, it's a little bit better than Natalia or Azenka, who haven't got any of these. I think Natalia is even worse. She's got only a slow. Azenkar's got the knock-up effect, which is good because then you might just flicker out. I think this one is better because you're actually stuck in these projectile waves, so you can't do anything while you are in that. You might flicker out, that might be possible if you get the frames right. That should be technically possible, but I think that's actually really good. You've got the shield, you've got the control effect, the number like this one, that's kind of pushing enemies away as well, and this impact is actually really good. So don't get me sold on that. Like I'm not telling you should always go for Dirak, but I think he is a character who might just be a little bit easier to play with than the rest of the bunch. So now something happens in this game that is happening a lot. Elaine went completely deep into the enemy jungle. He has the feeling that he is playing by himself all the time because he's basically making choices that no one else follows. There are different reasons for that. Some of them are stupid, some of them aren't. But this one was stupid. Now he thinks, oh my god, team wake up please. Team wake up please. We need to focus on what I want to do. I mean, yes, the game is stretched a little bit longer. We have complemented 3 different towers, like we have already broken down. Please GG fast, my team is gold. This is like a typical top lane scenario that you would have in League of Legends. You're the top laner, you don't have any impact on the game unless you're super fed and then you can roam. Elaine was playing all along in the first couple of minutes when you guys were seeing him on my lane from time to time. The problem is I was there. Like I was either going back from the resurrection point or I was roaming back. So there's no need to go into that direction. Like you don't have to focus on my lane because what's going to happen if you're still there and I'm still there? You are just going to steal my stuff. That's what happens, and that's really bad because I need my stuff to be there. So I don't get it. I don't get this kind of behavior. Like the dude wasn't mocking. He was not trolling or something like that. But his kind of mood, the way he played the game, was actually toxic. And I don't know why this toxic stuff has to be in this game quite a lot. I mean, it's just some kind of thing. Like now he's Attack Slayer. Everyone is roaming around. Quillen is dead, and we can barely do it. Barely. Now Telenas is following. I'm following, but look at our lives. It's ridiculous. And now it's so low that we can't even fight anything. So yeah, what we're doing, like I'm going to press enhanced restore. Now we want to finish this game. That's really bad. Now comes the nuke scene. Pain wasn't pressing his activation in the right timing. Therefore, I was able to nuke him while he was still having his point of origin on the battlefield. And you can use that and manipulate it. Oh my goodness, my laser beams are so bad. I was actually happy with the 758. That was fine with me. Now we're pushing him a little bit away, and now we need some. Yeah, oh my goodness, that was the push. The pull. I mean, I'm pushing him, but technically I'm pulling him. So I was pulling him into my range and into Telenas' range. This is really good for engaging. Like that second ability, I was maxing it first for the first time in a game. Usually I'm going with the S1, so I wanted to try it out, and it's worth the thing. It's completely worth it taking it. That's what I wanted to say. That's the stuff behind this. So you can easily take it. I was watching this, and we had like 11:30 in the evening, something like that. And I was like, just win it, just attack it, just do something, and now she starts to attack minions. And I was like, oh my god. but I guess that was some kind of target prioritization, so she was basically trying to hit the core, but in fact she was hitting the minions because the target system was telling her auto attacks to hit the minions. But I had a short mental breakdown while I was watching this. So, well deserved. 43% damage, that was really, really good. Pura has a spot in my heart for all the support stuff that she was doing, like really, really good. 11-3, well deserved. And the other two guys weren't that good, so I'm third best player. Did a lot of damage, did more damage than the other two. Telenos is way out of range. And yeah, that was Dirak. I had great fun playing him, and if you haven't played him in quite a while, just took him off the shelf, just blow away some dust and have a nice time on the battlefield. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.